Space is beautiful, but it's also terrifying. From black holes to rogue planets, the universe is hiding some chilling secrets. Stick around because today we're revealing 5 terrifying facts about space that will blow your mind. Ready? Let's dive in. Welcome back to Cosmic Buzzin', your guide to the strange and mysterious wonders of space. Today, we're diving deep into the darkest corners of the cosmos with 5 terrifying facts about space that will blow your mind. So, buckle up, because space is more horrifying than you could ever imagine. Let's go! Let's start with something truly eerie. Space is completely silent. Yep, unlike Earth, where sound waves travel through air, space is a vast vacuum, and that means no sound. If you were floating out there, even the loudest explosion or crash would be met with absolute silence. Imagine you're out in space and you scream. No one can hear you. Pretty spooky, right? It's like one of those horror movies where the silence makes things 10 times scarier. So why does space rob us of sound? It's because sound needs a medium, like air or water, to travel through. No air, no sound. Just you and the vast, unsettling silence. But don't worry, you won't be completely alone out there. At least you'll have the stars. But that's not exactly comforting when we get to our next terrifying fact. Fact 2, you could get sucked into a black hole. Ah yes, black holes, possibly the most terrifying objects in the entire universe. These cosmic monsters are areas where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. If you got too close to one, well, you'd be stretched out like spaghetti in an event called spaghettification. Yeah, it's as horrifying as it sounds. Imagine being stretched out thinner and thinner until you're just atoms spiraling into oblivion. Yikes! But the scariest part is, you wouldn't even know it was coming. Black holes are invisible, and they can sneak up on you. Fortunately, Earth is safe for now. No black holes nearby. But out there, in the vast reaches of space, black holes are lurking, waiting for something unlucky enough to drift too close. Fact 3. Space can kill you in less than 90 seconds. You've probably seen movies where astronauts just take off their helmets in space and freeze instantly, right? Well, real space is even more terrifying. If you were exposed to the vacuum of space without a suit, you wouldn't freeze immediately. You'd suffocate first. In less than 90 seconds, your body would run out of oxygen and your lungs would collapse. Yeah, space is a brutal place. And here's a fun fact for you. Your blood would actually start boiling because there's no pressure to keep it liquid. Sounds like a horror movie, right? Basically, space is not your friend. So if you're ever planning a trip to the cosmos, make sure you have a good spacesuit. You don't want to end up in the vacuum of space, right? Fact 4, there are rogue planets drifting through space. Earth is happily orbiting around the sun, but did you know there are planets out there with no star to call home? These are called rogue planets, and they're just drifting through space all alone with no light or warmth. These lonely planets are basically wandering nomads of the universe, and there could be billions of them. Scientists believe they might have been ejected from their solar systems and are now just drifting in the dark void. And since they're free-floating, they could pass right through our solar system. So keep an eye out, because one day a rogue planet might show up uninvited. Fact 5. The universe is expanding and it's getting faster. Here's a mind bender for you. The universe is expanding and it's speeding up. That's right, the space between galaxies is stretching, and we're getting farther and farther apart. But the scariest part, we don't know why. One day, the universe could reach a point where all the galaxies are so far apart that we'll lose sight of them completely. We'll be in a universe where all we see is darkness. And that's what scientists call the Big Freeze, a universe where everything is too far apart to interact. Basically, it's the ultimate cosmic ghost town. Picture a future devoid of light, a universe stripped of stars, planets, and life. Just cold, empty darkness. It's a chilling vision, isn't it? But hold on, we're not there yet. Right now, we bask in the glow of countless suns. Our world thrives, teeming with energy and life. Billions of years stretch ahead, filled with possibilities. So breathe easy. Enjoy the warmth of today. Explore the wonders around you. The cosmos may one day fade into silence, but for now, let's celebrate existence. Embrace the vibrant chaos of life. The universe is still ours to cherish. Fact 6, time works differently in space. Here's a crazy fact. Time in space doesn't work the same way it does here on Earth. Thanks to something called gravitational time dilation, the closer you are to a massive object, like a black hole, the slower time passes for you. Imagine this. You're hanging out near a black hole for what feels like a couple of hours. But when you return to Earth, years, or even centuries, have passed. It's like a real-life time machine, but much scarier. That's why astronauts on the International Space Station actually age just a tiny bit slower than we do here on Earth. Space and time are stranger than we could ever imagine. Fact 7. The universe might end in a big rip. We already talked about the universe expanding, but here's where it gets really terrifying. Some scientists think this expansion will speed up so much that it will eventually cause a big rip. Galaxies, stars, planets, even atoms could be torn apart as the universe expands faster than the forces holding them together. In this scenario, the universe would literally tear itself apart, leaving nothing behind but cold, empty space. And it could happen billions of years from now, or maybe even sooner. No one knows for sure. The Big Rip, the end of everything. Fact 8. Space debris could cause a chain reaction. Earth's orbit is starting to look like a junkyard. There are over 170 million pieces of space debris, from old satellites to rocket parts, zipping around our planet at crazy speeds. And here's the terrifying part. If just one of these pieces collides with another, it could cause a massive chain reaction known as Kessler syndrome. This would create so much debris that we wouldn't be able to launch rockets or send astronauts into space without risking catastrophic collisions. Space exploration could be halted for decades or longer. Fact 9. The sun will eventually destroy Earth. Don't get too attached to Earth. It's not going to last forever. In about 5 billion years, our sun will run out of fuel and swell into a red giant. It'll get so big that it will likely engulf Mercury, Venus, and yes, Earth. Before that happens, Earth will become so hot that all life here will be impossible. So, while 5 billion years seems like a long time, it's basically a ticking time bomb. The end of Earth, the sun's revenge. Fact 10. There could be alien life forms watching us right now. We can't wrap this up without mentioning aliens, right? With billions of potentially habitable planets out there, there's a good chance that we're not alone. And here's the creepy part. Alien civilizations could be watching us right now. But we have no idea what they look like, how advanced they are, or whether they see us as friendly or a threat. The truth is, we might be the ones being observed, and we wouldn't even know it. Are we alone, or are we being watched? So, there you have it. 10 terrifying facts about space that'll keep you up at night. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more out-of-this-world content. And tell us in the comments, which space fact scared you the most? Stay curious and keep looking up at the stars.